Hello, my name is Syed Ali Mushtaba. Today we are going to talk about the prelims exam. So all of you must be knowing about prelims exam. So my lecture today is devoted only on the topic of the prelims exam, and you must watch it till the end in order to understand what is the prelims exam is all about. So prelims exam is the first exam for the UPSC Civil Services annual exam, which has been held for selecting some 600 to 700 officers for the government of India, and it is the first exam by which you go to the second stage. So the first exam, the prelims exam, comprises of two papers: general studies paper 1 and general studies paper 2. Candidates needs to score the first general studies paper is only what matters for the students, because it is the merit test, and you need to score 225 marks out of 200 in order to qualify for the prelims exam and go to the second stage. So general paper 1 is the all important in the prelims exam, general studies paper 1. So general studies paper 2 is only of qualifying nature, but you have to score 33% out of 200 marks, and then only you can qualify for the prelims exam as such. So it is mandatory for a candidate to appear in both the exams, general studies paper 1, general studies paper 2, to be in the contention of prelims race. And the candidates who secure at least minimum cutoff marks for the general studies paper 1 and the qualifying nature marks in general studies 2, they are eligible to write for their mains exam. So now let's talk about what is general studies paper 1. That is what is the most important thing about the prelims exam. So general studies paper 1 is of 200 marks with 100 questions, and the duration is 2 hours. So you have about 120 minutes to answer 100 questions, and that's how it is. And then this is an objective type questions where you have multiple answers. You will have 4 answers to 1 questions, and one of them is correct. So you have to tick on the correct answer to get the full marks. But if you have ticked on the wrong answer, you will be punished by negative marking. So there is negative marking for the wrong answer. I have told you that general studies paper 1 is for merit and ranking, and general studies 2 is only of the qualifying paper. So now let's talk about general studies paper 2. It's also of 200 marks, but here only 80 questions are being asked, and the duration is 120 minutes, that is 2 hours. The question again is of objective type with 4 answers and only 1 is correct. Again here there is a negative marking, and even though the general studies paper 2 is of qualifying nature, but it is mandatory to secure qualifying marks, that is 33%, in order to remain in contention for the prelims race. So candidates will be disqualified if you are unable to score 33% in the general studies paper 2. So now let's come to the syllabus, because syllabus is very, very important, and what we are going to study is just been outlined, and in the prelims exam the syllabus is anything and everything under the sun. But even then the UPSC has come out with a syllabus which you need to look through and prepare yourself, and we are now discussing only about the syllabus of the paper general studies paper 1. So number 1 is the current events of national and international importance, which is takes the core of the 100 questions which you will get, and roughly about 25 questions every year comes from this segment. History of India, Indian national movement, something like 15 to 20 questions comes on this. Geography of India, world's physical, social geography, something like 15 questions. Indian polity and governance and questions, 10 to 15 questions. Political system, Panchayati Raj, public policy, rights and issues, this also have something around 10 questions. Then general studies on environment, ecology, biodiversity and climate change, you have 5 to 10 questions on this. Then economic and social development, sustainable development, you have 5 to 7 questions on this. Then development, poverty, inclusion, demography, etc., you will have 1 to 5 questions. Social sector initiatives and general science, you will have 2 to 5 questions in this. So this is the syllabus, which is just a general syllabus and very outlined syllabus, which needs to be further gone through inside if you want to really take the civil services India. Now, what is the subject wise weightage of the different subjects in the 100 questions which comes? So how many questions are coming? So I have an assessment of 4 years at the subject wise assessment. So in the year 2021, current affairs had 27 questions, history had 20 questions, geography had 10 questions, polity had 10 questions, economy had 10 questions, science and technology had 8 questions, environment had 11 questions. Then in the year 2020, current affairs had 27 questions, history had 20 questions, geography had 10 questions, polity 14 questions, economy 10 questions, science and technology 8 questions, environment 11 questions. In 2019, current affairs had 18 questions, history 20 questions, geography 10 questions, polity 17 questions, economic 15 questions, science and technology 10 questions, and environment 10 questions. In 2018, current affairs had 22 questions, history 17 questions, geography 14 questions, polity 15 questions, economy 14 questions, science and technology 7 questions, and environment 11 questions. So this gives you a pattern in which the UPSC prelims exams have been conducted, and what is the weightage of each subject in terms of your 100 questions which is comes. But one thing needs to be understood is that UPSC deters the students to only go through the pattern wise anybody can do the pattern studying, because that 25 questions are coming or 27 questions are coming for current affairs, so you will put all your efforts into that. But that kind of studying is being discouraged, and you never know in the given year what weightage it will come. Sometimes what happens is that you are going prepared with current affairs and you think that majority of the questions are going to be from the current affairs. It just reverses that year. So you should not just bank on the pattern wise studying, because the weightage of the questions changes every year, and this is very unpredictable. But having said that, you need to understand that history, geography, polity, economy, they are important subjects in the civil services prelims exam, and every year sizable number of questions are being asked from that, and among all of them current affairs tops the list, and the major portion of the question papers are dedicated to the current affairs. Now let's talk about the negative markings in the prelims exam. We had talked about a little bit about negative markings, that if you tick a wrong answer, you will have a negative marking. For every incorrect answer, 1/3 of the total marks allocated for that questions are cut. 1/3. No marks will be deducted if the questions are left unanswered. For General Studies Paper 1, candidates have to earn 2 marks for the correct answer, and 0.66 marks is deducted for each wrong answer. So that is the method in General Studies Paper 2, which is all important. In General Studies Paper 2, candidates have to score, as I told you before, 33% marks, and if they have to be counted in the merit list of the prelims exam. So here the marks allocated for each of the question is 2.5 marks. Each correct answer will be getting 2.5 marks, and if you ticked on a wrong answer, then 0.833 will be cut from you for your incorrect answer. So you have to be very careful in terms of ticking the answer. Now the most important question people ask is, how many marks shall I score in order to clear the prelims exam? The simple and short answer is, every year if you are scoring out of 200, 100 to 125 marks, you can be clearing the cutoff point. Every year there is a new cutoff marks is being made, and that all varies every year. How many candidates comes, and a lot of things are there. But the thumb rule is that out of 200, if you are going to score 100 to 125, you can breathe easy, that you can qualify for the next round. That is the main thing. So if you that too, it is if you are in the general category. This 100 125 is for the general category. The other categories still have some more cushion to them. Now I'm just going to give you, what is the cutoff. So in the general category, you have to score 92.51% out of 200. So the cutoff normally figures out from 90, 91, 92 for the general category. The economically weaker section, for them the cutoff mark is 77.55. For OBC, the cutoff point is 89.12, and for SC it is 74.84, and for ST it is 68.71. So this is a very short and a brief picture about the prelims exam. Thanks for watching this Civil Service India video.